In this video, I'm going to talk about the consonant ra. Ra has a hard and rolling sound, as in ra, ri, ru, ra, ri, ru, ra, ri, ru. This consonant rarely appears at the beginning of native Hiligaynon words. It usually positions itself in the middle of a word, and it never appears at the end of native Hiligaynon words. Here are examples of native Hiligaynon words starting with the consonant ra. The first example we have here is ragaak, which means to creak, like wood creaking. Ragaak. The stress falls on the second syllable. Ragaak, ragaak. Another example we have here is rat rat, which means to rip. This is synonymous to the word si, which we already learned in lesson 5. The link to lesson 5 is in the description below. The stress in rat rat falls on the first syllable. Rat rat, rat rat. The consonant ra at the beginning of a native Hiligaynon word is so rare that I could only think of these two right now. Most of the words starting with the ra that come to mind are all loanwords, which we'll be talking about later in this video. Now let's have some examples of native Hiligaynon words with the consonant ra positioned in the middle. First example we have here is ara. Ara is a pseudoverb or an existential verb which means to be or to exist. Ara. Ara. A grammar lesson on existential verbs will be discussed in future videos, so do subscribe. Thank you. Now on to our next example. Diri. Diri, which means here. Diri. The stress is on the second syllable. Diri. Diri. Now let's have one more example of a native Hiligaynon word with the consonant ra in the middle. Borot. Borot. Stress on the first syllable. Borot. Borot means to make a static sound, as in a radio or a television set making a static sound. Borot could also mean to make a gurgling or a bubbling sound, just like when air bubbles escape through an opening of a bottle when it is being submerged into water. Borot. The use of the consonant ra in borrowed or loan words is a totally different ballgame. That's because it retains its position in words from their language of origin. The consonant ra could appear at the beginning, in the middle, or at the end of a word, as in razón, meaning reason, or alquila, meaning to rent, or tomar, meaning to take, especially medicine. So you have the initial ra in razón, you have the medial ra in alquila, and final ra in tomar. Razón, alquila, tomar. The consonant ra has yet another function, which is for grammatical reasons. It has an allophone, which is basically a sound variant but doesn't change the original meaning of the word. And its allophone is the consonant da. Simply put, the consonant ra replaces the consonant da in conjugated verbs and inflected nouns or adjectives, but never changing the original meaning of the word. Now let's take a look at the verb bayad, which means to pay. Note that bayad ends in da. When conjugated with the suffix an and turn it into a passive voice meaning to be paid, the word bayad slightly changes in form by interchanging the consonant da with ra to form bayaran. Another example we have here is the verb sugid, which means to tell. When conjugated to form the passive sugiran, which means to be told, the consonant da from sugid shifts into the consonant ra in sugiran. Sugid, sugiran. Sugid, sugiran. One more example is the verb hagad, which means to invite or ask somebody to do something together. When conjugated to hagaron, its passive voice counterpart, the consonant da in hagad turns into the consonant ra in hagaron. Hagad, hagaron. Hagad, hagaron. Take note, however, that there are instances when native speakers tend to keep the consonant da despite all the verb conjugations or noun inflections or adjective inflections. So it wouldn't be wrong to keep the da consonant instead of interchanging it with the ra consonant. So for the verb bayad, it would still be correct to say bayadan instead of bayaran. You can keep the consonant da or you can interchange it with the consonant ra. Bayadan or bayaran. Both are correct. The same goes for the verb sugid. To form the passive, you could either say sugiran or keep the consonant D by saying sugidan. Sugiran or sugidan. They both mean the same thing. Sugiran, sugidan. This is also the same with the verb hagad. When changed into the passive form, you could either say hagaron or keep the consonant da by saying hagadon. Hagaron, hagadon. Hagaron, hagadon. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the consonant ta. This is Angelo, your Hiligaynon tutor. I teach Hiligaynon from my perspective as a native speaker. Madam ugin nga salamat. Please like and subscribe.